Hey guys, just a quick update or recap on the day. Not bad again. So right out the gates, pretty straightforward in terms. Hang on 1 second. Okay. So if there's a trade, I might take one this live, but straight out the gates, obviously wait a couple of minutes for the market to calm down to see how volatile it is off that opening range. Then I started trading. Did pretty well today. I think maybe it was two full trades and then one half trade. So I got to the target of 70 and I just decided to stop at that point. And then also trade in Tasty. So now I'm trading Tasty and I'm stopping at $1.46, which is probably around 2 or 3 wins on the size I'm using. Obviously, it's nowhere close to anything that's reasonable, but you're just kind of starting out and just giving it a go, giving it a try. Yeah, it's a pretty decent day, I would say. We do have one more day tomorrow, so if tomorrow works out well, I'm going to increase my size from 4 minis at the moment to 6 minis. So I will have 3 and 3. So three, and I really like. So one of the problems with trading in Tasty is that you don't. I don't have any bracket orders here, or like varying take profits, such as here. Let's see if I can show you what it is. So this is what I'm currently using, and I really like it. So I'm using. So this is my current size on MNQ 4. So I take profits at 10 ticks, and then I take profit again at 20 ticks. And then this one, if it hits 10, this becomes break even. I really like that. I wish I had that in my Tasty account. That would obviously be much better and easier. But it is what it is. Here I have to kind of manually exit and enter. And the problem also is this piano open is kind of delayed a little bit. So, the other thing, and this is really what is really nice about, obviously when you're trading with stocks, you don't have commissions. I can literally go in and out of trades when I want. Depending on what I feel is the risk in the market or if I really like to trade or not, I can actually just go in and out, without any problems. So if you do that with your Apex account, even with NQ, I think you'll just get chopped up by the commit. Maybe not with NQ. You just get chopped up by the commissions, and it'll just be not profitable. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Tomorrow I'm still gonna stay on 4 contracts and finish up the week. So okay, let's see if we get a trade here. I'll keep it pretty tight. I think we're gonna flush this absorption from previous. So when I trade absorption, I don't even look. Like once that absorption has happened, it's not anything relevant anymore, unless it's huge, like hundreds or something, upward over 100. So now let's see if there's an absorption, or if you're gonna go back down to the bottom of this range here. Let's see what we get. If we come back up here, looks like we could. I'm looking for it to indicate that's absorption. There's a specific parameter that AC4 Plus does to indicate that's absorption. So it hasn't done it yet. So I'm not gonna preemptively enter. Yeah, so now that since it's past that point, I really don't consider that absorption anymore. And now the ratio is probably less than what is necessary for absorption. And we also have a new bar, so it's not going to indicate that's absorption. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Looking decent on the day. I'm also doing zero DTEs, starting zero DTEs again. I really like that too. Just making a couple bucks here and there, just adding to the totals. Fortunately, I wish I had a lot more money. It could be a lot easier. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I'm glad I switched over from NQ to MNQ just to start out. Ideally what happens is that we kind of work our way up to an NQ contract. So basically two NQs, like one at 10 and one at 20. So we are at 4 at the moment. So we're quite far away from that target. So we could get to the point where we're doing like 10 or 10 MNQ contracts. So 10 MNQ contracts, that's like half of basically the NQ, right? Because we have to do 2 NQs. We have 10 and a 20 target. At that point, when I get to 10, the target would be like 270. Is that really going to be the target at 10? Yeah, because right now I'm doing, right now I'm doing 4 and target's 70. So at 10, the target would be like about 150. Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, 150. So, well, it is what it is. Yeah, so no trades here, guys. And I'm not going to do absorption on the top side because it needs to get up at least to this level here before I do it. Because right now it's really slow. And I kind of like, the way I do it is I also trade my apex first, hit the target or wherever, hopefully. And then after that I switch it off and I go a little bit more ham on my tasty because I have no commission. So I can get in and out of trades more quicker. But I'm still trying to follow the rules as much as possible. Not taking like willy-nilly trades or trades that are not indicated. Yeah, so I think this is a really good way in that, even if this does become a problem, hopefully, I can just make it here on the SPY. And I'm using a lot of, obviously, in my other options portfolio, buying power at the moment, but I could always just release some of that buying power and just put it in here and because one MES contract is 50 shares of SPY. I know I say MES. I'm trading MES or SPY, not QQQ, because of the of the spreads. So 50 shares, I can definitely do that. So I can actually just trade 50 shares of SPY, and that would be a MES contract without commissions. And I think I can, if I can make it with 10 shares of SPY, right, being consistent, I can make it with 20, I can make it with 30, 40, 50, right, with just one MES, and I can go from there, right? That's what I really like about Tasty. I was completely wrong about, obviously to an extent, I was completely wrong about being able to scalp with Tasty. Like, this is scalping. I have hotkeys now, but if I click on one of these buttons, it'll automatically send an order to a market order that'll be filled automatically. Let's see if we can get a trade here. Let's see. So here, I'm looking for absorption. Obviously, it's still bearish. Looking for it to actually indicate an absorption, and not just. So if you look at the other thing I look at is the 5-minute chart as well. We're not actually at the bottom of that range, so it could be a false positive if there is an absorption indicated, because we could head actually lower to the bottom of the range before we reverse. But again, we're just really kind of scalping here, and we haven't really had an indication of absorption yet. So I think I'm fine at the moment, but still looking for absorption. So now we have a triple stacking balance there, and it is, if we're going to go back to it, I guess we're more going to be in the range. But if we continue to go down from that, see, here's the problem, not problem. Here's what, kind of just blindly using polarity, because you don't know that triple stack imbalance, if that's being absorbed or if it's being, if it's a trend and it's going to continue. So here at the moment, it feels like we're going to keep on going down. So gonna watch it a little bit more. I don't really have much more to say in terms of what happened today. It's a decent day, but I do want to show a trade possibly live, but it does not. It could happen pretty quickly, so let's just see. See, as you can see, that triple stack imbalance was definitely not absorbed. So you put in regression, and you have you probably would have been stopped out. That's why I like manually trade. Still waiting on the update from Connor. I think there's a new one coming out that will make it easier. I don't know. I still want to try it. Okay, so we're getting to the bottom of the range, and I'm very comfortable now getting into an absorption trade if one does pop up, because we're at the bottom of the range, and most likely there's going to be people bargain hunting down here. But anyway, hopefully Connor gets that out. And I can play with it, but I'm definitely not. Okay, okay. So it was really not okay. Can come along there, maybe we'll pop up a little bit more. This is kind of iffy because, so where that absorption is, I'm just gonna use that as my stop. And I don't know where my fill came from. Okay, so so that's kind of an example of how absorption. This is not ideal because it's not the bottom, so you're really banking on a continuation, but we did pop up hard off of that. And I felt that was a legitimate absorption level. We could go a little higher too, but I'm scalping the market, so I'm 186 on the day. That would definitely have been maybe 10 ticks. I would hit the first profit. And then now let's see what if I get stopped, break even on the other one. So now it goes higher, and maybe I got the from 20.